welcome back once again to the third edition of Kreager's Corner. And I'm here with the man himself from the Daily News Journal, Tom Kreager. Tom, how are you?
Doing well, Stork. How are you?
I'm doing well.
Have a good weekend?
Yes, I had a good weekend. Well, it was
a little touchy, wasn't it?
It was a little touchy on Friday, which caused me to miss, but
you made it through it, right?
All is well, and we'll live another day in the business that I do on my side for a real
the real job.
Yeah, the real job.
Yeah,
real job. Let's move on. Let's talk about this fall break. Who's probably it's benefited the most, and who maybe has it benefited the least? And I'll let you take it from there.
I think you look at a lot of teams that are banged up. Blackman, Caleb LaFleur, one of the better linemen in the district, a guard for them, really good pulling guard for them. He's missed a couple weeks with an MCL sprain, similar to Jack Jones had in week 0 for Oakland. I think probably this break will probably get him back after break. Jimmy Swagger, the other guard, I think he's got an AC joint problem. I think the week off will probably help him. I think he'll be back next week. But I think a team like that, their guards are so important for their run game. I think having them back is going to be crucial. I think Eagleville, 9 starters out the last couple of weeks. Coach Carson, for the first time ever, gave the whole team the entire week off. Said, guys, we need a break. It's not because it's nothing against the team. It's like, we need to get healthy. We don't need to be hitting ourselves this week. We need to get your bodies healthy. Those are the ones that helps the most. Maybe Siegel. Siegel's been through such a tough schedule. I think we can talk on that later. But I think they will benefit from a break.
Need a little rest.
Yeah, and they've traveled all over the state, having to play games. And who's hurt the least? I think off the top of my head, I think Oakland. I think Oakland having to play this week when the whole county gets the week off. And you look at it's a product of the TWSZ plan. TWSZ plan they have where they've had to play this week because I think Coach McDaniel had trouble finding games. So that's why they're playing Baylor this week at Ray Hughes Stadium, 7 o'clock kickoff. But I think they will probably, everyone else is on vacation. They're taking a few days off. They're going to go to the beach and going to go here, wherever, and they're having to work all week.
Now he seemed on last week's show that he thought it would benefit him, but I haven't met him head on to see if that's panned out.
Well,
of course we won't play for Friday.
But also, here's the other thing: it's going to hurt him in the pocketbook.
Yeah,
I mean, because one, everyone else is out of town, and you're the only dog. You're the only dog in town. I don't know. In the past, the cheerleaders haven't been there because they're on fall break. The band may not be there. I mean, depends on who's there. I mean, in the past, your cheer, your band, and then all of a sudden it's like dead. It's bad. It's just a quiet game because the people that are in charge of keeping
I think there'll be some other 7 AAA teams there viewing.
Yeah, maybe. But in the world of huddle, they all get filmed anyway. It seems like so. It's
nothing like being there live.
Yeah, but I don't think I think the crowd will be down a little bit, and then there's a chance of rain. If it's fall break week, you can go out, hang out with kids, friends, and it's raining. You're not going to Ray Hughes Stadium.
I'm not. I can't. I mean,
exactly.
Camera equipment.
But an average fan, if you're just going there to watch a good game, are you going to sit in the rain?
No.
When you could do it for your own team the next week or in the playoffs. So that's why I think it hurts them probably the most. I would say.
Siegel beat Smyrna 21-14. Who saw that coming? And then, the second part of that is how did Siegel win and what does this mean for the Stars?
I think unless you're a card-carrying member of the Siegel Nation, I don't think you saw that one coming. Talked to several coaches, talked to several people. Everyone asked, did you see that coming? No. And that's not I'm not trying to disrespect Siegel and I'm not trying to disrespect what Coach White's done. You look at what Smyrna's put together. I thought Smyrna played for a half and another 4 minutes. I thought they played Oakland really well a couple weeks ago, and because of that, I didn't see them losing, especially losing the way they did. I think Siegel got up 21-0, so I did not see that happening, and that's an interesting thing there. I think what it means is, hey, they got a little momentum. I think it's winning solves a lot of things. Winning cures a lot of things. We're talking about being banged up. If you're a little banged up and you've won 2 straight games, that little shoulder injury don't feel as bad, You got a little pep in your step.
I'll agree.
You want to go back to practice a little more. You want to hit someone again. You want to play another game.
It blews some air into his season.
Yeah, and I think that's they are mathematically still in it. I mean, they still got a tough road. They got Blackman in week 9, but there's nothing to say. If they somehow get 5 wins, they've already pulled one upset off. Their role is a kind of a spoiler right now. But there are some people believe, and I haven't crunched the numbers enough and really diagnosed everything because I don't do that with my blog when I look at who. If the playoffs started today.
Who's in, who's out.
Yeah, who's in, who's out. That's a week-to-week deal. Right now, they would be out, but if they continue to win games, there are some people who believe that 4 wins could get you in. There are a lot of programs that are traditional playoff teams that are down. Farragut, I think, has won maybe 1 game. Bearden, I don't think, has won a game this season. Brentwood, I think, has won 1 game. White Station's 2-5. A lot of teams that are traditionally in the playoffs are going to struggle to get in the playoffs with what they got coming back, and I guess maybe that means 5A might be a little bit stronger than past years. Maybe some of the Division II teams that some of these teams are having to play, maybe they beat them up a little bit more than normal as well.
Well, Siegel's now 2-5, so what does that do for them? Whereas Smyrna is at 5-2.
Siegel, it gives them hope. It gives them something. They know at 2-5. If they're 1-6 today, they're probably not going to be in the playoffs. It's pretty much, but 2-5, there's hope, and they need to be. They need to realize, hey guys, we got a shot. 5 wins. I think this year, I believe if Siegel can get to 5 wins, they will be in because of their strength of schedule. At 4 wins, there's still hope. The way things are kind of panning out right now, we'll have to wait and see. But if they can get to 4 wins, they may, if everything falls into place.
Is that 20-30% chance?
Yeah, I think that's a good 20% chance right now. And that could change next week.
With 4 wins.
Yeah, and that could change next week. It could change on matchups each week are going to dictate where we go from here.
Right now, people win and other people lose.
Yeah, I think there's a mathematical shot 4 wins could get them in. Mathematically. I don't know if it will, but I think a lot of that can happen. But there's a shot. Now, Smyrna, flip side, Smyrna's 5-2. They're exactly where they were a year ago at this point, 5-2. Some people say that's good. This is a team that they've got a lot of youth, but replaced a lot of their line are new people this year. Didn't have a running back that ran for over 100 yards, maybe probably over 150 yards for Smyrna last year. I know they got Kyle Smith, a transfer from Mount Juliet, but they didn't have anyone in a purple uniform this year that went for 150 yards in purple last year. So there's question marks there. Brand new quarterback, brand new offense. So some people say, "Hey, we're okay with that because we were young," but I thought this was a team in watching them play against Oakland, where for a half and about 4 minutes into the third, where I thought they truly were competing right there with Oakland. They had to pull everything out to do it, but they were right there with them. I think they maybe ran out of gas, but after seeing that, I thought, okay, this is a team that should beat Siegel if they play to that capability. It didn't happen, and now they've got to regroup and figure out, can they upset someone that they're not supposed to beat? Can they upset Blackman next week? Can they upset Riverdale in week 10? If not, they're going to be 6-4, right exactly where they're at. They're going to be playing probably Oakland or Riverdale in the first round of the playoffs. That would be my early prediction.
How does Blackman not look past Smyrna and Siegel with the Hoover game coming up on Halloween?
That game right there will be one of the most special nights, I think, in high school football. Not taken away from the ESPN game, but a chance to see a team from 7 AAA go down and play Hoover, Alabama. And people go, who cares about Hoover, Alabama? There are not many shows that have had an MTV show, the two-a-days, the famous two-a-days. And granted, Probst is gone and all those guys are gone. But it's a storied program with so much success. I think they were, at one point, they've lost a couple games.
They play at the Met.
Yeah, and they play in a great environment. And there's the tradition behind Hoover, Alabama, Hoover football. And they've won, I think, back-to-back or maybe 3 straight state championships. There's a lot of tradition. There's a lot of... It would be a major feather in the program's hat if they could somehow win that game. But with that being said, they've got a game against Siegel. They got a game against Smyrna. That if they don't win those two games, beating Hoover won't mean as much, because they have a shot at 10-0. Blackman's been they've been very cliche. I call it cliche that they always have to break huddles 1-0. They're always looking at, hey, let's be 1-0 this week. I guess this week could be 0-0 because they're not playing this week.
Right.
1-0 this week.
They win.
1-0 this next week, and I think they're going to be really focused. I think coming off the break, being a little more healthy against Smyrna will help them. If they get those guys back, and I think they're gonna. I think they want to go. There's such a determination to be 9-0 going in that week. I think they're going to stay focused. But that's the next 2 weeks. I would say could be trap games. I think Philip will have them up big time for this next week against Smyrna. That's his alma mater. That's where he won 2 state titles, and he never coached any of those guys. And Coach or Mr. Rakes is now retired. But I mean, if Mr. Rakes is healthy enough, I know he had hip surgery. He broke his hip before the season, I think. But if he's able to be there, he'll be there. But that playing that game, I think, still means a lot to Philip. I mean, he won't tell you that. He'll just say it's just another game. He goes, I'm too old. I don't go out there and play that game. But I think it means something to him to play against his alma mater.
He's a bulldog,
Yeah.
I mean,
And I think it means something to him, but I think it also hurts him. I think it's a double-edged sword. I think it means something to him, but it's got to be rough playing a team, a program that you helped build. He won 2 state titles and all that. It's tough to. I think it's tough to probably do that game.
Oh yeah, it is. Last topic. Baylor comes to town on a fall break schedule here and visiting Oakland. Chance for rain. Baylor ain't too bad, and Oakland will be challenged Friday night.
Both teams are ranked number 4 in their division. Oakland's ranked 4th in 6A. Baylor is ranked 4th in Division 2. I think they're both 5-1. Blackman beat Oakland. McCall beat Baylor last week, beat them pretty good. McCauley also beat Ensworth a couple weeks ago. Baylor's pretty good. They've got a quarterback that's committed to Mississippi State. They're going to play some young kids running the ball, and I think the big thing is defensively. Baylor does something against them. It's going to do something against Oakland that they never see. They can do a 3-3 stack defense, and they don't see that. So trying to teach that. And, good thing is they've had 2 weeks to prepare for that. That may help them. But I know last year even it took 1 or 2 series to kind of get used to that defense with not seeing it very often. And it's like no one in this area. That's one of the reasons why that's so successful. He said that Coach Massey brought it from MUS when he was there, and he said that's really been a big trademark for that program.
Well, let's wrap it up. So Friday night, I'm going to try to make that game. That'll be over at Ray Hughes Stadium at 7 o'clock. That'll be the Oakland Patriots, the Baylor Bears. Raiders? All right, Raiders. Well, Raiders. Well, whatever. I'm out of town team.
Baylor Bears is the college.
I won 1 for 1 ain't bad.
Yeah.
All right. Tune in to Kreager at the Daily News Journal, and you can also follow him on Twitter at Kreager.
Mm-hmm. And follow this guy here at Stork Montgomery. Look at his website, storkmontgomery.com. One of the best in the biz, especially his video work. You won't find a better videographer for Friday Night Lights than you will with this guy right here.
We'll see you next week, guys.
We'll see you.